All right, Team Dark Strategies. Today we are premiering a battle report on the channel. Very excited to get playing here, but we wanted to go over the table setup before we get the ships on and go over the fleet setups. So now, 40-point standard game. You'll see there's more islands than necessary on here. Not all these islands are going to have coins on them. There's some cool factor islands, but let's go over the deployment of the islands. We kind of have a circle in the middle. Left and right are big islands here and here, and then down the middle we have a small island dead center with a bracketed medium-sized islands kind of front and back. Now, with that said, our home islands are here and all the way across here, so symmetrically placed. I measured them out as far as, to make things even. Now, these islands on the edges, the four corners, these are here just for looks. However, they are tactically used to hide if you truly needed to. If, say, your ships were struggling and you needed to get away, you could take the long way around. Now, fog banks, you can see, kind of placed symmetrically, two here, one in the corner, and another one. So kind of a square placement for the fog. We have two Sargasso Seas in the middle, bracketing this middle island to play with some tactics. And then we have some reefs all around each of the islands. There's always one reef. Now, I know they're not SOA, but we like playing them, so they actually factor into the game a little bit more. These on the left and right are blocking entry left and right here, so it'll be interesting to see if we truly take a right flank or a left flank approach. So that'll be that, people. Let's get into the fleets. The first ship for the Spanish fleet is a 40-point fleet. We have the La Resolution. It's a 13-point ship. This ship gets +1 to her cannon rolls against any non-Spanish ship. You really can't go wrong with that. It's got 4 cannons, 2, 2, 2, and 2. 2 short range and 2 long range. Absolute beast on the waters, in my opinion. Has a 3 cargo space and an L for its move. Now for crew, we have Luis Juan. That's a 2-point. He's hostile towards pirates, loyal to Spain, and he's a captain. Good savings there in my opinion. We also have a helmsman for 2 points on this ship, just to get that L to an LS. And then we paid 1 point for equipment of the fire shot, because I absolutely love setting enemy ships ablaze. So that is our first ship in the Spanish fleet. It's a go-to for me. Absolute boss on the waters. Let's see how he does in this battle. Second ship in the Spanish fleet is an 8-point ship, La Monarca. It has 2 cannons, a 5.5, but this is not a gunship. This is a treasure ship. It's a schooner. Once per turn, this ship may move S after loading treasure, so that's a bonus. Its movement is SSS, very quick, and it's got 4 cargo space, so it is there to pick up treasure and to get back to that home island. On this ship, we do have an explorer just to capitalize on that SSS move, plus it gets to move S after moving that treasure. So with the explorer, pulls up to an island, grabs the treasure, and then heads on out. So that is number 2 in the Spanish fleet. Third ship in the Spanish crew, this is a 5-point El Picador. It's got 2 cargo space and an SS, so it's not as good as the Monarca, but it is another gold getter. No special rules for this one, but for 5 points, it does fill in a 40-point fleet pretty nicely. So let's see how the El Picador fills its 2 cargo, hopefully with some good stuff. Heading on to the 4th and final ship. Last but not least, we have an 8-point ship, La Cazadora. Has a 3 cargo space, an SS move, and its cannons are actually a 2 and a 2, 1 short, 1 long. So not a little bad little gunship, but it's going to be running treasure. Its special rule is ramming cannot eliminate this ship's mass, which not a bad thing for these little ships, just in case they do get rammed. So that's that, people. 40 points of Spanish fleet. Very excited to get this one up on the table. The La Resolution will be the main gunship. It might go off on its own and hunt down some treasure ships. And then the 3 of the Monarca, the Picador, and the Cazadora will probably be going after gold, at least in the early turns. So the Spanish will be bringing 1 unique treasure, and this is called blood money. Now, this is really good for the Spanish.
Instead of loading blood money, put it face up on the wild island. Then reveal all treasure on the island. Each time a ship loads a non-unique treasure from the island, eliminate a crew on that ship that has a point value equal to or greater than the value of that treasure. Eliminate blood money when there's no non-unique treasure on the island, and Spanish ships are not affected by blood money. So it's a win-win for the Spanish fleet to have this one out there. You never know. It might, if it comes down to coins, it might surely kill some of those Spanish crew on the ships that are getting it. So that'd be a fun one. First up for the English fleet, we have a 13-point ship, the HMS Apollo. It has 5 cannons, a 2, 3, 3, 3, and a 2. 3 of them are long range and 2 are short. We have a 3 cargo and an SS move. It's special when this ship is docked at your home island. You can eliminate 1 treasure. It becomes a 3 cannon that can be eliminated only when the ship sinks. In the crew spots on this ship, we do have Hermione Gold herself. This is the 5-point Hermione Gold, and she's a captain and a helmsman all in one. And then we have 1-point equipment, fire shot, because again, I love burning ships. So we'll have 2 ships out on the battle report that have the fire shot rule. So that'll be that for the HMS Apollo. Let's head to the second English ship. Next up, we have the HMS Alexander. It is an 8-point ship with a 4 cargo space. It has an SL move and 2 short-range cannons with 3s on them. Inside this one is the bad boy named Lord Macron. He is 6 points, loyal to England. Instead of giving this ship an action this turn, you can give another ship in your fleet 2 actions, which is absolute boss when it comes to playing these fleet battles. So, I mean, giving this to the HMS Apollo, Lord Macron is going to have, an absolute fun day against the Spanish. Last but not least, we have a 5-point ship, the HMS Cumberland. It has a 4 cargo space, an L move, and a 2-2 cannon. Again, this ship has 2 cannons, 1 short, 1 long, but it's going to be used for getting gold. Pirate ships get +1 to their cannon rolls against this ship. Again, this won't affect much in the battle report. In the crew, we do have a helmsman just to give that L and S move to get out and get some of that gold early on in the game. So that's that. Base ship at 5 points. Can't go wrong in a 40-point fleet to get those low-costing ships with large cargo spaces. So let's see how the Spanish do against this 40-point English fleet. The English fleet will be bringing 1 unique treasure to the battlefield. It is the homemade flag. Not an amazing unique treasure, but it'd be fun to play with. Cannon ranges of enemy ships are reduced to short range against this ship. So, it's good for both sides, unlike the blood money one. But I like to always put some unique treasure on the islands for the sake of fun. So that's that. Let's get to the battle. All right, people, Premier Battle Report. We just went over the fleets on screen. Hopefully you like what you see for 40-point standard game. We're just playing a standard game today just to get our feet wet with this, our kind of a first Premier Battle Report. So this is the fleet setup. Kevin and I, we did deploy our ships. So I chose this island here. The English is only rocking 3 ships, but they do have that Lord Macron action. And then the Spanish on the absolute opposite side, they're all tooled up to get, out there fast and collect that gold. So, beautiful board. We already went over all of the fogs and the reefs and the Sargasso Seas. The coins have been placed, as we had said. We have left island, right island, and then bracketed right down the middle. We'll be fighting over that stuff. And remember, there are 2 unique treasures built into somewhere out there. So let's get on the camera, roll off for first turn. Let's see who gets first turn. Here's the English roll. Big 5. See if Kevin can beat a 5. Oh, a nasty 1. All right, so the English is going to take off from their home port first. Let's get to that. HMS Apollo, and we're going to get out there right away. So we have an SS plus S because Hermione Gold gives the helmsman action. So let's get going here. Remember, this is the big gunship for the English. So not a bad start there. All right, next up we're gonna move. Let's take the Cumberland. The Cumberland's going to. That's my gold getter. I think we're just gonna kind of head out all together. So Cumberland, if I remember correctly, yeah. So we'll do actually L first, and then S, because we got a helmsman on there. So we've used helmsman, Hermione Gold already, so those are flipped. And then the Alexander. The Alexander moves an SL, and it does have Lord Macron on there, but I want to get him out there at least mid level. So I think we'll travel together for now. All right, so that's kind of cool. So that's it for English. Let's head over to the Spanish then. All right, so Spanish is up first. What are we moving, Kevin? Which one?
Gonna move the Resolution.
The big boy, La Resolution. Resolution has. You're gonna use the helmsman.
Helmsman
Okay,
L plus
so
S.
Yep. L plus S.
S first. Front of the ship.
This is a good ship. Big cannons on this guy. 2-2-2-2. And it gets +1 to cannon rolls against any non-Spanish ship. So up next, you want to do the Monarca?
Yeah, the Monarchas 3S and I got you did helmsman on that one.
Yep.
And I got an Explorer. That guy. So 3S.
Now the Spanish have options. They have 3 ships. One's a definite gunship, right? The other 3 are gold getters because they're all very fast. But the which one is it? The El Cazadora is a mini gunship, so if you needed her as backup, you certainly could use her.
3S. Okay.
So next up is the Cazadora. That's the mini guy.
Cazadora is going to go 2S.
First turns are always kind of, you can get it into position, right? Actually, first 2, 3, maybe even 4 turns are positioning, and then you get into the actual fights.
And the El Picador is going to go 2S.
El Picador. Looks like a little bit more of a spread out deployment.
I didn't set my ships up with any strategy.
Yeah.
I just set them up in the order of my ships, so I remember them.
It's all good. All right, so that's first turn is really no action. Let's get right into turn 2 with the English moving. I'd say by turn 4 we're going to be into it, but let's see what happens. You never know. It doesn't always have to be about fighting either. All right, so after turn 1, English went first, Spanish went second. Like we said, the English are heading out together. Almost, it is a true fleet of 3 ships. Right now, you can kind of see us heading towards in between that fog bank and that middle. But who knows? We might actually hit a different tactic to see where the Spanish go. So let's go over the Spanish real quick, just to show close in on their kind of deployment. So as Kevin said, he was kind of lined up. Who knows where they're going to go at this point? They could truly clump together or go off on their own. But they're 1 ship up on the English. So we shall see. Let's head into turn 2. Turn 2 English. Start with that HMS Apollo. Again, Hermione Gold's on there. Captain and a helmsman. So we get SSS. Triple S move. Let's head into the middle waters here. You always got to remember, bow to bow, right? All right, so we're cutting that corner pretty good. All right, next up is now I could, not yet. I'm not gonna pop, you know what I'm talking about. But let's go with the Cumberland. The Cumberland is an L plus an S. Both these ships look so similar. All right. See if I can't fit in. Yeah, it'll be all right. And then the HMS Alexander, we have an S plus an L. All right. All right, I'm sticking together as you see. Let's get on to turn 2 Spanish. See where Kevin's gonna go with his flotilla.
Let's see. Take
The big boy, La Resolution, is gonna head out.
You know, L plus S has a helmsman.
Helmsman so far. Everybody else on, well, we all know what it has. We've gone through for the battle reports. It's kind of hard to hide this, but this is a friendly game, so it's all good. A little slower than the Apollo, but still nosing into the middle.
Cazadora 2S.
Cazadora is the minigun ship, or gold ship, depending, or both. No crew on this guy, though.
Long for the ride there.
Right. Got the Monarca and the Picador.
Let's do the Monarca 3S.
That's a fast ship. The Monarca is cool because it's a schooner, but once per turn, this ship may move S after loading treasure. Absolutely awesome treasure getting ship. And with an Explorer, it's even faster. Looks like the Monarca has taken a right flank.
And then the Picador is 2S. Also heading right flank.
Yes. So breaking off here, 2 and 2. This will be interesting because again, the English don't have as many ships, but really only one true gunship. But we'll see what happens. So that's turn 2, people. It's always quick. So let's head into turn 3. All right, so we're gonna break down to the other camera here and just go over, the actual, what would you call it, fleet's eye view of the battlefield. So the English again are sticking together. The HMS Apollo did pull out forward in front of everybody, kind of running that gap there. So we're close. What is that, the Monarca? Yeah, the Monarca is the quick one, and it's the gold getter. So we broke off with the Spanish, 2 on this side, and the gunships on this side. So we're probably going to meet up in the middle. Now, one thing the Spanish do have to kind of be wary of is the Lord Macron, because if he stays put, Lord Macron's in this ship here, if he stays put, that means the HMS Apollo can have 2 actions, which is extremely deadly combo. So I'm very curious to see if that truly works in this battle report or if it's a little overrated. But based off what I've seen, that guy is worth his 6 points. All right, let's get into turn 3. English are on the move. So we have to play a little. I don't think I'm going to use Lord Macron yet. I could to get the gold out there, but I think my gut is telling me let's just get into the main waters and see where things go from there. So I'm going to use the SSS move from Hermione Gold, and I'm going to pull into just skimming that island there. So that's 1S. And do a little turn here. A bank. I know that's not a ship term, but power slide? Alright. Set myself right up there for a little bit. So that gives me board control in the middle, at least for a little bit. All right, so let's do the Cumberland. The Cumberland's on my right here, and the Cumberland's moving an L plus an S. We got plenty of fog banks and reefs and all that to hide in if things go south. All right, and then the Alexander. Now the Alexander, I do have the choice to have him sit, right? And then give another action. But do I do that now? I think I'm going to do it actually. So I'm going to flip. We already flipped it, but Lord Macron, if we're playing this right, let us know if we're not. But I think we are. The HMS Alexander with Lord Macron's thing says instead of giving the ship an action, this turn you can give another ship in your fleet 2 actions. So he's going to sit, and I'm actually going to give the Cumberland another action. So what we're going to do, and the Cumberland is an L and S. So let's see if we can get there. I think we can. Yeah. So there. And then we are going to dock there. All right, so the Cumberland is docked. Cumberland does not have an Explorer, so we're going to have to wait a turn to look at what we get. That may put the Alexander in a bad position later on in the game, but like I said, this is a for fun game, so let's see how it turns out for us. All right, so on to the Spanish. Kevin will probably have a little think. All right, so Spanish turn 3. Kevin's going to move, starting off with
What is it?
the Monarca.
The Monarca.
The gold ship's on his right flank. My left flank.
Goes 3S.
I know I don't use nautical terms. I'll start picking those up. I'm more in the 40K verbiage yet, but love that ship. Look at how fast that is.
I already forgot the name of that guy. El
That's
Picador.
the Picador.
2S.
Can only hold 2 cargo, but I mean, if you pull up on an island and there's 2 4s on there or 2 5s in your gold, I mean that's well worth the 2 cargo for the Picador. So that was the easy decision, Kevin. Now we have the left flank,
All right.
the gunship.
I'm going to roll that first. So, La Cazadora goes 2S, and he's got nothing on.
Yeah, the Cazadora that has the ramming cannot eliminate the ship's mass. So if we ever get into the ramming part of this nautical warfare, that ship is safe from actually losing.
And it's got the 2 dice roll.
And it's got two cannons. Yep. So not too shabby.
Resolution.
All right, nosing your way in there, I see.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got an L plus S because I got a helmsman.
Yep. There is a captain on here, Louis Zuan. Looks like he's gonna go in. Heading straight.
I'm gonna angle that. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're fine. Angling in a little bit. So we got an L plus S. So we're not in range of shooting anything, but
I can't do anything. But
he's flexing his muscles though. Come at me, bro. All right. You happy with that?
Happy.
Happy with that, Captain Kevin. All right, so let's head into. This will be turn 4. We might actually see some cannons fly, but we'll see. We'll see. Ship's eye view. So from the English point of view, Lord Macron is sitting back in the Alexander here. And we have the Apollo in the center. We are on that island there, which we're going to explore those coins. But then we have the Spanish right in our faces. These ones, I don't know. I might have to put pressure on their gold getters. I mean, look at that. He's about, and with that SSS move, he's into it.
And an explorer.
And he's got an Explorer, so that is definitely going to be had treasure. I don't know. We'll have to think it through. But if I ignore the Resolution, it's going to pull in and take out my Cumberland. So, things to be thought about. I'm going to have a think. All right, turn 5. At least I think it's turn 5. let's see here. I had a thought. Kevin and I were talking tactics here. Because, again, this is a friendly game. We want to learn as much as we possibly can. Because it's been how many years? I don't know. Probably,
9, 10.
yeah, over almost a decade of not playing as much as we used to play every week. So, let's start out with Lord Macron. And now, correct us if we're doing this wrong, but Lord Macron is now going to give 2 actions to the Cumberland. So, Cumberland's first action will be looking at the treasure. Exploring is the correct term. So I'm going to look at it. Now remember, there's blood money out there. So no blood money did pop up. Now as far as the cargo space, the Cumberland has 4, but it doesn't have a helmsman. So I can only carry 3. So I'm looking at this. All right. So I'm going to put that back. I'll show you on screen, just so Kevin doesn't know exactly in this game. And we'll do likewise for myself. But, oh, there's my dog. She says hi. So I'm going to put the coins on my deck plate. I'll show you on screen what I got later. So let me put that over here. Now the second action, and I am going to drop my flag, because we might come back to this island for that one later on. So I'm going to drop the English flag on the island as explored. Now the second action will be moving off from this because I am scared of the La Resolution. So Cumberland, I always forget, is L plus S. So we have a helmsman. So let's nudge the island there a little bit. So we're going to get out and run back to home base. Now, the Alexander's done because we did that shenanigan, which is a nice shenanigan to have. So let's go to the HMS Apollo. Now, without Lord Macron's backup, I could get out there and I could shoot, right? But then I got 2 ships to deal with, and if I flub my shots, it could very well be game over for the HMS Apollo. So I'm going to play the long game here and just see how it goes. So let's go with Apollo. Apollo's SS with Hermione Gold gives me another S, right? So, now Kevin and I were talking about running that Sargasso Sea. I'm not going to risk it. With the Resolution so close, if I get stuck, I don't want to deal with that headache. Chances of me being all right are good, but I think Kevin and I are ones of bad dice rolls more than the fortunate dice rolls. So that will be my turn. It was more of a defensive turn there, but netting 3 coins on the Cumberland was, I think, a good move for now. And then as you see, the Apollo's heading this way. So let's head into Spanish. You gonna have a think, or are you ready to rock?
We can just go.
Okay.
All right, so the Monarca is gonna put itself in grave danger. We've got an Explorer on there, moves 3S.
Yes, 3S. So he's obviously going right to that big island's treasure. I think he's hoping for my unique treasure. If he picks up my unique treasure, actually all of my cannons are reduced to S range.
Back to the island, right?
Yep, right to the bay, yep.
And my third would be on the...
Yep. All right, so then with the Explorer, we'll flip that over. We'll add that to the screen. Kevin can then look at that. Now you have 4 cargo, but 1 is taken up by that Explorer, so you take 3. Any uniques on there?
Nothing fun.
Okay, so we know the unique treasure is on the 2 main islands. Sorry for the dog in the background, but I can't do anything about that. She's excited.
All right.
And we'll put Kevin's gold up on the screen here, but just for purposes of the game, I'd like to have a little surprise.
Picador is going to go next, 2S.
The Picador 2S. Where's he going to go? Taking a slight left. All right. Didn't expect that, but that's actually a good move, I think. Because that gold is right there. No Explorer on that, but
Nope.
not too bad. All right, so we got the gunboats here.
All right.
The Resolution backed up by Cazadora.
All right, so yeah, La Resolucion's gonna go. What is it? L+S as a helmsman.
Yep. He's gunning straight up into the waters. I have an inkling of what he's trying to do, but I don't know for sure. With the Apollo heading off the other way, it makes sense. Opens that center area. Still doesn't have the range of the guns yet, but
La Cazadora is gonna go 2S. No crew. And go a little this way. All right.
okay. All right, so let's flip over to the ship's eye view and have a look at this because we have a little bit of a swirl going on in the middle. Our turn 5 ship's eye view. Kevin and I were just talking about what's happening, and we don't. Kevin's got a plan. I have a plan, so we'll see if our plans meet up. But British again. British went left through, not through the Sargasso Sea, just clipping it a little bit. And then Lord Macron, I think you're going to be telling me in the comments that I played this guy wrong. He should have maybe just sat at the home island, maybe just turn 1, moved out, and then done his stuff because he's a little bit out of position. I think I was being a little greedy with him because he could still get 3 coins, but with the Spanish in the waters near him, he's out of position. But the Cumberland's actually doing a good job, I think. So let's get to turn 6. The HMS Apollo's got some decisions to make. All right, so we are on turn 6. English has a plan, at least what they think they're going to do. So what we're going to do is Lord Macron, like I said, he's out of place. But he's going to spend one more turn doing his stuff because I think I'm still safe from the Resolution. And then next turn I'm going to have to run. So what is he going to give? He's going to stay put, and he's going to give an extra action to the HMS Apollo. I think if it goes well for me, there should be at least one sunk ship over here. So that's that. But I'm going to start with the Cumberland first. So let's go with the Cumberland. Again, sorry for the dog. I always forget the Cumberland's move. L+S. It's running. It's got to run. A ship hull's full of gold. All right, so they're saying hi as they pass by. No, this is it, Kevin. This is heading in with the HMS Apollo. Remember, we have Hermione Gold on board. And we have an SSS move. Now, my first move is going to be towards the Monarca. Just to see if I can get in there. It's going to be shy of all the guns. But I think I can. So this is action 1. From our understanding, again, let me know if we're playing this wrong, but Hermione Gold is a captain as well. So in this one action, she can get a shot in. So what I'm going to shoot is the front mast is an S. We definitely have it. And then the front mast is an L. These back ones are out of line of sight and, obviously range. So the Monarca is going to take 2 hits. The decision here, do I fire pot you? Is it worth fire potting you? Or not fire pot, I have a fire shot or not. Let's say we're just going to do, it makes sense. Let's flip over the equipment card. We're going to do a fire shot because if I do miss, I have been known to roll 1s. We're going to shoot the fire shot from the front mast and then a regular shot from the center mast here. So hopefully you see this all on screen, which I believe you can, with the dice rolling box here. So first shot will be the fire shot. Once per turn when this ship is given a shoot action, one of her cannons can shoot a fire shot. Declare which cannon will shoot the fire shot before rolling this D6. So that'll be my front mast on the bow there. If it hits, the target's controller replaces one of her masts with a fire mast. If the cannon rolls a 1, eliminate fire shot from the game and replace one of the ship masts with a fire mast. So it is risky. Let's not roll 1. Famous last words. All right, Hermione Gold, let's do this. So this is the fire shot. A 3. All right, so it definitely hits. So that will be, Kevin gets to pick. I'll give you that. And then that second shot here, I'm gonna switch out the dice, Dark Strategies dice here, with the next one. I rolled a 1 on that one, so that actually was, I think, a wise move. So we did, the Monarca is ablaze, but the long range cannon did miss. Now, maybe it wasn't too risky to do the fire shot, but it has another move now. So what we're gonna do is, or we have another action now. So what we're gonna do is, let's position ourselves. We're gonna go S this way. All right, just to get a little bit more of a broadside. And then that'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4 shots. The front one will be out. All right. All right, so 4 dice here. This is all just regular cannons. Again, let us know for yeah, we hit it. We sunk it. So that is down. The Monarca has sunk. And HMS Apollo takes the kill. So, we're gonna head into the Spanish turn. We'll get all the dice or the treasure split out, and then we'll head into the Spanish turn 6.
Alright.
All right, Spanish is up.
La Resolucion's gonna move. L plus S.
Oh, and then while Kevin's moving, we did take care of the sunken ship over there. The Monarca went down to the HMS Apollo's cannons. She had 3 gold on her. All 3 were 222. So the English get 4 gold, and the Spanish picked up 2 gold. So we're 4-2 right now.
Zadora, 2S.
So it looks like the Resolution just powering through the center there towards Lord Macron. Again, Lord Macron is out of position there. He's going to have to run next turn. My thinking on the HMS going after the Monarca, Monarca was such a fast ship, I had to take her down early, or it would have gotten back to the island and out to get more before I could catch her. But she was in that bay, so I had to take advantage of it. So it looks like the Cazadora is heading towards Kevin's closest treasure island, and then he's got the Picador to figure out what he's going with that one.
I already think I made a bad choice.
With the Picador?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's see. Trying to decide what I would do here.
So now that HMS has taken the right flank of waters, we don't have a compass on the board yet. I'm going to get a compass eventually, but we'll call that the east side.
Well, this guy move 1S to 2S. Okay.
Okay. All right. So no cannon fire in this one. And unfortunately, the Explorer did go down with the Monarca. All right, so that's the end of turn 6. Here is the setup more on the ship's eye view. So these ships are passing each other. One's Lord Macron and the Cumberland laden full of gold. The Resolution is putting the heat on, though, and I think it is a good move by Kevin, because if Kevin did kind of pull off here and not put pressure on Macron, I could just sit there and do my double turn. So this turn, I'm going to have to move him out, which denies me that extra turn. So good on the Resolution to do that. Unfortunately, the Monarca is sinking beneath the waves in the shallow bay there. But the Cazadora did pull up to the treasure island here. We're playing this as docked just because the coins, we're, custom islands, right? But the Cazadora does have more cargo capacity than the Picador, so the goal is to get some gold back to the Spanish home island. So let's head into turn 7. The British, the English are up next. I'm going to start out with the Cumberland. The Cumberland is going to be heading straight home here, so L plus S. Maybe next turn. Looks like next turn I'll be docking. dropping off that gold. Now, Lord Macron, he's fingering his nose at the La Resolution here. He wants to do his special move, but if he did, that guy would be on the bottom of the ocean with Davy Jones. So it is time to pull away S and L. Let's skirt the reef here. Go. The beauty of reefs and terrain. It is fun playing with terrain. I will say that just because it gives a tactical game what it needs. Tactics. All right. So HMS Apollo. It's still a deadly ship with Hermione Gold on there. Now we were talking last turn. I probably shouldn't have used the fire shot because that is a risky business. And since I had 2 actions on this guy, it just made no sense to shoot that fire shot. But luckily I didn't roll a 1 and set myself ablaze. Lesson learned, though, for the future. So S plus S, let's keep putting the pressure on. So we're going to go S plus S. And then I am going to have to run the C. I'm just going to use half my S there to pull up alongside for a broadside. All right, so we are going to shoot because Hermione Gold is captain. So we have 2 short range in the front, long, and the back one will get her as well. Well, no, the back one won't get her. So we have 4 shots. I'm not going to fire shot this one again just because I don't want to go down in a blaze of glory. Now, I could be fighting the La Resolution next turn, but if I can take out another ship, I'll go with it. So, this is 4 shots. All of them are 2s, so I'm just going to roll all 4. Looking for 3 hits here. So 2 failed and 2 hit. So it is a derelict ship, but it's not sunk. Interesting. Okay. That's what it is. So, and that is the Picador. There's no crew on there.
Oh.
So let's head into the Spanish turn next. Top of turn, or bottom of turn 7.
All right. So Cazadora is going to explore treasure.
Yep.
We'll carry 3. There's 4 on here.
There's still blood money out there.
Ooh,
Oh.
got a special one.
Treasure down.
Homemade. Did I tell you? Homemade flag.
Homemade flag. All right. So that it doesn't take up any
Okay.
capacity, so you can take that one, and that makes all of the ships shooting at it short range, which is actually a good one.
All right. Is that one going to move?
No, yeah, that's your action. Yep.
Okay.
And we'll remember you don't have a flag on that one, but you could actually take the flag from the Picador there just to. Actually, no, you have all the treasure on there, so nobody's going back to that island anyways.
It's too late. Flag.
Flag is planted for the Spanish.
All right. So all I got left is La Resolution.
Yeah, the
L
Picador
plus
doesn't
S.
have any oarsmen or anything like that, or shipwright, so the Picador unfortunately sits there. Derelict. But the La Resolution is in the crossed over no man's land. Where is he going to head back, or is he going to keep the pressure on?
Keep the pressure on.
Okay. Ooh. He's going to get some shots, maybe?
Yes. I don't think I get close enough.
No, yeah.
It's more than a card.
Super close, though. Super close. Is there an L in there? Because the front one's a short.
Yeah, no. No.
Yeah.
More than,
Just shy. Whew. Lord Macron got out there just in time. All right,
That is my
but
turn.
again, that is denying me the power of Lord Macron now. If you keep chasing me, that's what it is. All right, so that will be turn 7. All right, end of turn 7. The Resolution. It's got a vendetta against Lord Macron there, so chasing it, almost had range of that. I mean, the cannonball's just hitting in the water right at the stern of Lord Macron's ship there.
Over here, pulled the what's the special homemade flag from the English unique treasure. So, and the Cazadora is. I'm gonna have to run that Sargasso Sea, but I'm gonna put as much. It would be funny to see if I got stuck in there. All right, we are into the English turn here. Turn 8, I believe. That's what I'm saying. All those turns right. All right, so the Cumberland is gonna dock right there. Drop off its treasure. So 3 treasure on that one, bringing me to. With the sunken treasure, let's see here. That's 2, 4, 6. Plus another 4, that's 10. So we got to get to 16 points. So we're 6 gold away from a treasure win. Lord Macron's got to go. Gotta go. So let's get out of here, Lord Macron, with the HMS Alexander and head off. Go. So this island has been yet to be explored. It's the only island. I know what's on there. I don't know what's on there. Kevin's got all of the stuff on that island. So the big boy HMS is going to run the Sargasso Sea. Here's the roll for the Sargasso Sea.
Is it 6?
So that's a 6. So we are stuck in the sea. I believe the way you play it is you pull it right there on an S, and then it is stuck. So next turn I have to try and get out, but let's see if I can shoot. I think, yeah, there is still shooting to be had. Now, let's. I'm gonna look at the rule real quick here. Again, this is a fresh game coming back from not playing as much. So, in the comments, please let us know if you get stuck in a Sargasso Sea, can you fire? Let's say, for the sake of not knowing, it can't fire. It just used its move, all right? Either way, I think it'll still be a fun game. So let's go to the Spanish bottom turn 8. So we were having a talk here just off camera what to do with the Cazadora. We were going to run the reef, but I don't know. That would be 2 reef rolls, and I know the Cazadora is only a 2-master, so we'll see what Kevin does.
Nah, I don't think I'm going to do it. That was along the angle of the...
Yeah. So he's just going to skim the reef. You never know. You could roll that 1 and destroy your ship.
Yeah.
That was very lucky. And again, let us know on the comments about that Sargasso Sea. In my mind, not knowing the rule, we just played it kind of historic where the ship would have been tangled up in the Sargasso Sea. The crew would then just be occupied with getting it on. Excuse me.
No, we're shorty.
Yep.
Alright.
All right, so that's 8 turns. Let's get to 9. So there is the Cazadora getting out of Dodge as far as the guns of the HMS Apollo. So it's probably going to take a beeline to the home island here. But the resolution is chasing down that Lord Macron. I don't think it's going to let me dock at any island to get gold, so we're going to have to take it on eventually, which will probably be the fun part of the battle report. But we have the Cumberland way out there to go off and get some more gold. All right, top of turn 9. Here we go. Lord Macron. Esposel. We'll take the take the Resolution for a ride. Okay, Cumberland though. Cumberland is another L plus S. We're gonna go off this direction because I don't want to deal with that. Might have to utilize those fog banks. Depending on what the resolution does. Alright, so the big roll here, if I roll a 1, the Sargasso Sea grabs my HMS Apollo one more time. Oop. And roll that in the box. Alright, so we rolled a 4. We are out of the sea, so that means, I believe, if I pull up the rules real quick, it's untangled, oriented in any direction, facing away from the Sargasso Sea and touching any edge of it. And can be given a move action to move normally next turn. So that actually saved. That saved the Cazadora this turn. Woo! Alright, so we're right there. That was fun. That'd been fun if it got stuck in there again. That's it. That's it. So Spanish is up. You good or you?
Yep.
All right. Kevin's got a plan.
Cazadora's got 2S.
I don't know if I'm gonna catch it. There's one way I can catch it, but we'll see what Kevin does. Continuing the chase. Ooh.
It's too much of a dance, but because that frees up. Because the Lord, if he's out there, he can do. It's the 2 action.
Exactly. If he's not in threat range, he does dole out double action to. That's the wicked combo.
I don't like that.
Chasing him down. Now, people, years ago, and I know a lot of other people play this house rule too, but the wind, right? Back in the day, we used to have a compass, and the compass had, the 4 points of the compass, and then we had southwest, northwest, all that kind of stuff added onto a dice. Every player turn, we would roll a dice, whoever's turn it was, and the wind would shift. If your ship was going with the wind, you'd get an extra S, and that added so much more tactics. We're going to add it to the channel in the next few games. We really liked it. It gave it a realistic feel, and it was one of those things that it was a gamble. Sometimes the wind was in your favor, and sometimes it wasn't. And I think that is all about pirate ships and nautical warfare. So that's the turn for Spanish.
Turn.
All right, not a bad turn. So let's head into 10. Cazadora is probably 2 turns out from the home island with the HMS Apollo. Is going to have to make a decision next turn. And then we have the feud of the Resolution versus the Alexander with Macron on it. All right, let's get to turn 10, English. All right, turn 10, English move the Cumberland. I think we're safe to head off in the better direction now, so boom. Skim that fog bank. Love fog banks. Master and Commander, watch it. It's an awesome film if you haven't already. Lord Macron. Esposel. Eventually the Resolution's going to come into our other ships. So I don't know. Alright. Go there. And we're going to go off in this direction. Okay. Now, I have a decision with the HMS Apollo. It is free from the Sargasso Sea. The crew is throwing all the seaweed off the ship. The rudder is free now. Now, this is the homemade flag is on this ship. So that means all cannons shooting at this is S range. That is a good treasure to have. Can I catch you? Or do I even try to catch you? I'm going to take the trip and
Let's just see where I land. S. I don't want to hit that reef. S. Oh, we're close. We're close. Let's. Yeah. Kevin, I think you might be sunk. We'll see. All right, so all my long ranges are S's. So I'm going to flip the card. That's not going to have range, so it's the first three. All right. HMS Apollo, Hermione Gold, Captain Hermione Gold, Sane, running off the guns. 3 shots, they're all... oh, wait. We may have played one turn wrong, though, but I don't think it would have affected much because we rolled high anyways. But the first gun is a 2. Oops, that doesn't count. All right, so first gun is a hit, and then the long-range guns, which are now S's, are 3s. 1 hit, 1 miss, so 2. It is, yeah, it's derelict. And my dog is excited as well. All right, so that is my turn. Let's head into the Spanish. Kevin's gonna scuttle the Cazadora just because send that gold to the bottom of the ocean. There it is. The ship is scuttled. The gold is lost, from our understanding of the rules. So that leaves Kevin with 1 derelict ship and the Resolution. So the gaming studio, as Kevin's deciding, I'm just going to talk. The gaming studio is below, it's in my basement essentially, right? So all of the creaking and the dog barking is above me. It is what it is. Eventually we might get better sound, but bear with us.
Got no choice but to chase.
Yep. I think it'll come to a culmination now of a fight. All right, so that is turn 10. Okay. The Cazadora did get shot down, but then decided to scuttle it in a heroic scuttling of the ship. So lost the gold there, but the Resolution is still on that chase with Lord Macron. I think now the HMS is going to go on a hunt, and we're going to have fun with a fight. All right, turn 10. The Cumberland. I don't know why I always forget the movement on the Cumberland. I'm gonna skim that island. Park myself right there. All right, and HMS Alexander. Head that way, and move that there. We're gonna come about S. That'll be my turn. On to the Resolution.
Move L and S. Keep the pressure on.
Keep the pressure on. Now.
Delaying the inevitable.
All right, so I'm gonna go over here. We're just gonna, now that the turns are gonna move, we'll just keep the camera playing, I think. So this one, I'm gonna dock, kind of a move. No Explorer on that, so that'll sit. And Alexander, Kevin. So I could just sacrifice Macron here, give SSS, shoot, and a double shot, and see if I can end it. Or we go one more turn. Yeah, I'm gonna run Macron a little bit.
Or you can just turn all your ships around.
All right, so I'm gonna go on the reef. Reef. I'm gonna roll the dice here. Do. Just want to make sure we're playing the rules right. Again, we're still kind of fresh in on this. I roll a dice. The result of the reef rating until the end of that player's turn. All right. So if the reef rating is lower than the number of ships, we don't want to roll low. Roll the 5. We're good. All right. And then I think well, we're gonna go this way and sit. Yep, that'll be my turn. Heading into, well, this is the bottom of turn 11 now, I believe. The Resolution has a decision. It's going for it.
It's death either way,
It's
right?
going for it. Hold fast. That'll be a good fight. If he can get that fire pot specialist on there, the Apollo could burn down pretty fast. All right, so let's measure out. We got Louis Zuan's gonna fire off 1.
I think I only get 1.
Just 1. Do we have a long range on that middle mast?
I can't see.
The middles are long. Yeah, I think
Yes,
you got it.
yeah,
So you got
yeah.
2 shots. Are you gonna fire your equipment?
I'll do that the second shot.
Okay. So the first shot would be your front mast. Well, these are all 2s.
2s, yeah.
Yep. You get +1 to your die roll. 1 always misses, but. Well, shoot. All right. Well, that wasn't the fire. So let's the fire shot. Don't roll another 1. You might want to switch your dice.
That's all right. 2.
A 2. All right. So that does hit. I do place a sail. I'm gonna take the back one. So put that on there. Interesting, huh? All right.
That's all I can do, right?
That's all you can
Done.
do. All right, let's head into top of turn 12. There it is, Team Dark Strategies. We got a fight on our hands. La Resolution said it's time and came in, rolled a horrible 1, unfortunately, on that front, the bow cannon. But that middle, the main mast cannon, was a fire shot, and we are set ablaze. So we're going to roll for dice on that. Lord Macron, though, did escape from the La Resolution. It is sailing cautiously over the reef, but he is now available to deal out his shenanigans. So let's get to it. All right, so we are at English, I don't even know where we're at, 12 now, 11 or 12. Doesn't matter. It's at the end of the game, so we're going to head into doing some stuff. So I am going to explore, just because my ship sinks is what it is. So the Cumberland's going to explore. Oh boy, blood money, blood money. So I have to reveal that that is blood money. We're going to pull up the card real quick on screen here just to remind us. I believe the helmsman dies. But we are going to grab these 3 on her deck plate because she can carry 4. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it says each time a ship loads a 9 unique treasure from the island, eliminate a crew on
Alright, so the helmsman is sacrificed to
that ship.
the blood money of who knows what's on that island. Spanish curse. Alright, so that, but she still has gold on it. We're obviously not going to do anything with Macron and give 2 turns to the Apollo. But we do have to roll a dice for the fire mask before I give it an action. So here we go. On a 5 or 6, it goes out. On a 1 or 2, it expands. And on a 3 or 4, nothing happens. So I'm looking for a 5 or 6. Kevin's looking for a 1 or 2. There it is. Another sail is on fire. So I will take... in this game. Now we'll put that in the water. I'm putting that in the water. All right, so but that leaves us with, what does that leave us with? 3. I'm gonna have to move a little bit. Now, if I had a shipwright, I could get away, but we're just gonna fight it out, right?
Mm.
There we go. You're gonna go here, and we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. Now, I also have a fire mass, which would be funny if I rolled a 1 and set myself more ablaze. But I think I have to do it. So I'm gonna take 2 dice, and these are all 3s. I gotta remember that. I think I may have played that one wrong in one of those turns, but there it is. All right. So 3, 3, 3. Here we go. These are regular cannon shots. One miss, 1 hit, so 1 mass falls from the resolution. And then I need the fire pot, or fire mass too. Ready? And, oh, I missed, but it's not a 1. All right, so that was the first action. Lord Macron gives another action, so we're going to repeat that. So two cannon shots. Hit. So 2 mass down, and then the fire. Yeah. So that's a derelict ship, and it is on fire, so it will be scuttled next turn. Again, correct us if we're playing all that correctly, but that's that. So the resolution does fall. I think there's a good chance that the HMS Apollo will burn down as well. So that was an awesome ending to that little battle. You want to call it there, Kevin?
Yep.
There's really not much else to do. The Cumberland will bring it back.
Yep.
Just so we know on camera, the Cumberland did that. The blood money was on that island, but there was a 3, a 2, and a 2, and that would actually that's what I need, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been the win with the Cumberland. So good game, Kevin, Captain Kevin. Get that on screen. Yeah, get the handshake on screen. So
4 choices were made.
well, I think it was pretty fun though. I mean, it came down to the resolution fighting the HMS Apollo, which I was hoping for, but ultimately that's the fun part of it. It's basically a journal, right, for these battle reports. We can always look back on it and learn from our mistakes and our tactics. I do think there are some rules we have to figure out. The Sargasso Sea is 1, so please comment on that one as far as if you are stuck, do you lose your shoot action? Another one, I did screw up the HMS Apollo shooting, but I think the dice rolls were high enough as it is. I think we played the reefs right. We didn't utilize the fog banks, but that was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to get going on this. So I'll do an after battle video. That is our first premiere battle report for the channel. It was very fun to play with Kevin. Kevin's an old buddy of mine that used to play Pirates, I don't know how many, 10 years ago, a decade ago. And we used to play regularly. We had a group of 4 or 5 people that would play. We play every week, and it would be just a normal thing. So we're happy to get back into this one. It was really cool to have Kevin over for this premiere battle report just because of the history there and all that kind of stuff. And Kevin loves his Spanish fleets, so it was nice to see him play the Spanish fleet. And then I like all the fleets, but HMS Apollo is one of my more favored ships, so it was fun to get the English out on the battle. Now, as you saw in the beginning of the video, the disclaimer I put in there, we played some rules wrong. Be nice in the comments, but call us out on certain things we ask questions about. We knew, I know in the end, editing this, should have rolled dice rolls one at a time, at least for the different canon things. I forgot I was in the 40K Warhammer 40,000 mindset. 3 or better. It's not 3 or better. It's if 3 is on the mast, it's more than the mast is printed. So things like that we're gonna work out, and it'll start to be a little bit more smooth for us as we play more games. But if there's other things in the fleet building that you saw wrong or that you do different, put it in the comments and we'll have a chat about it. Like I said, I want to build a small community just to chat about Pirates. I know a lot of you bosses out there have been playing ever since it was out, and you've continued to play. So I respect that and all that kind of stuff. So it's cool to see people still playing this game. But I hope that this battle report format was very fun to watch. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. It was very fun to shoot. I think a lot of the format things, it was longer than I expected the battle report to be, but as I got into editing it, I wanted to show as much of the tactics as possible. So the overhead kind of 3/4 view of the turns, and then a recap with kind of the fleet's eye view, I think was really cool, especially when there's three-dimensional islands and all that kind of stuff. It just makes it feel a little more immersive, which I like. And then I like the polish at the beginning with the fleet reviews with the turning ships and all that kind of stuff. I get into that. So it makes the battle report a little longer, but like I said before, this is kind of a passion project. It was fun to do, kind of get the creative juices going and start to play with the formatting of this. But it'll change over time as we progress. Some of the battle reports might be a little quicker as I edit out some things and work on some things. I do want to add some overlays as well. I think coin, like score overlays, a better version of it will be better, just so you can kind of see the points as the game is progressing. But I do think the battle was fun played, even with some of those mistakes of dice rolls and all that kind of stuff. It was a very fun battle to play, and hopefully you'd like to watch it as well. So we're going to do more of these for sure, other fleets, but we're going to stick with 40 points for now, just to get our feet wet, as I said before, just to work out all the kinks with the rules and our memory and all that kind of stuff. But 40 points for now, and then we'll branch out in the future for larger games and all that kind of stuff, because I do want to have a bigger board. I'm going to get a bigger sheet of plexiglass to do the full 6x4. So things coming up, we're going to do some more unboxing. My son and I just got a big box in of a lot of pirate ships. Another old friend, Brian, he used to play with us. He no longer lives in the area, unfortunately, but he sent us his big collection. So we've doubled, maybe even tripled our collection size just with that box of stuff. So we're gonna have to break those down into multiple unboxings, just because, it looks pretty awesome when it's out on the table. It's stacks and stacks of cards to go through, which will then eventually make our fleets stronger, and we'll have more options to play. Maybe they're not a stronger fleet, but it'll be a more fun fleet to play. So that is that. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy watching this stuff. Again, I know a lot of you bosses have been playing since the original, and you've played it all the way up until now, which is absolutely awesome to see people still into this game. So you guys know more as far as the rules and all that kind of stuff. So please inform us on things you like to see. Inform us on rules that we can polish up on, and we will go from there. So see you in the chat box. Team Dark Strategies signing out.